How's it going, guys? Happy Sunday. It's a beautiful Sunday afternoon in the Sacramento Valley, California, and I hope you guys are all doing well. I'm going to show you a few more records that I recently acquired from my favorite record store in the Sacramento Valley, California. Now, I'm building a pretty good sized collection of classical music and progressive rock vinyls and records, and almost on a monthly basis I tend to visit this record store in Sacramento, where I quite often find vinyls that are pretty unique, interesting, and also of very highly collectible nature as well. Now, before I show you guys what I've acquired, what I've purchased, I'm going to show you guys this. This is a smartphone. Does this promote active listening to music? In my opinion, it doesn't. Now, if you have access to a streaming service, Amazon HD, Apple Music, Qobuz, Tidal, YouTube Music, you have access to unlimited amount of music. With a subscription fee that you pay $10 to $20 a month, you can play stream music as long as you want, all day long, and cast your music from your smartphone to your streaming device. Now, in my experience, that doesn't promote active listening, and I find myself quite often being distracted when I stream music from my smartphone onto my streaming device. Now, especially when you listen to something like classical music and progressive rock. Now, for these, I really want to focus on the music I'm listening to. I really take that listening experience very seriously, and I want to be absolutely focused. Now, for that, I tend to gravitate towards CDs, vinyls, and cassettes, more so vinyls and cassettes, because as soon as you put on the record or put on the cassette, you're pretty much locked in. With CDs, you can still skip through the tracks. So let me show you what I've bought. The first one is a Japanese pressing. This is a pretty rare and unique record, actually. This is Fort Wengler's rendition of Bruckner's Symphony No. 7 and also Wagner's Siegfried Idol. And I've listened to the Bruckner's Symphony No. 7. It's not my most favorite symphonic piece, but it's something I crave from time to time, and I really have to satisfy my thirst for music that's written in that sort of kind of dark and ominous context. And yeah, I find myself listening to Bruckner's No. 7. Beautiful, symphonic piece, as I said, but not my most favorite. So yeah, a great Japanese pressing, and it's almost in brand new condition. I think I paid $2 for this. So the next thing I'm going to show you is something I'm quite excited about. This is a guitar player whom I'd never heard of her name before. This is Leona Boyd, and she's known as the first lady of the guitar, classical guitar. And I think she was born in London and then pursued a musical career in Toronto, Canada in classical guitar playing. And she plays some of the most recognizable tunes of classical guitar and pretty much standard repertoire. The side 2, especially Waltz No. 1, 2, and 3 by Fernando Sohr, Alhambra by Torrega, and also Granada and Asturias by Albéniz. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to listen to this, and I'm interested to find out what is her take on these great classical music pieces. So next thing I'm going to show you, another Japanese pressing, Brahms Symphony No. 3 and Tragic Overture, of course conducted by Arturo Toscanini, the great Italian classical music conductor. Now, what about this? This is Mozart's Symphony No. 40 and 41. Of course, the most recognizable pieces written by Mozart, especially the first movement of Symphony No. 40. Actually, no, that's a different piece. Actually, the second movement actually my favorite. To me, that kind of matches my personality a little bit better. But the first movement is also great as well. Let's have a look at the next vinyl. Oh, this was actually a bit of a surprise, a great find actually. This is Porcupine Tree's Signify, of course, a great concept album. I've always been a good fan of the album cover. This is, of course, a concept album, and the album cover portrays servitude. A great prog rock record, and it contains some of my most favorite Porcupine Tree tracks. Of course, Waiting, Phase 1 and Phase 2, and Every Home is Wired is also a great piece of music as well. And there are some prophetic words in that particular piece of music. So let's have a look at the next one. Another Japanese pressing. Again, Arturo Toscanini, Dvorak Symphony number 9 in E minor, and Friedrich Smetana, the Moldo, a great classical composition. If you've never listened to the Moldo, you really have to give it a good listen. It's something that really deserves repeated listens as well. Let's move on to the next one. Ah, beautiful. So Mussorgsky's Pictures at an Exhibition. Of course, my great, I'm also a great fan of Emerson, Lake and Palmer, the great progressive rock bands from England. They played a rock adaptation of this piece in an album by the same title, Pictures at an Exhibition. A great piece of music by Mussorgsky, contains some beautiful melodies and memorable tunes. And of course, Hungarian composer Zoltán Kodály, I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly, and the Harry János Suite. It's a beautiful piece of music. If you're not familiar with Zoltán Kodály music, it sounds similar to kind of Bartók's music actually. It's in the same sort of category and same sort of genre. So yeah, great vinyl records, and I'm going to be busy actually for quite a while trying to listen to all these vinyls and get as much joy from these as possible. Yeah, if you guys are interested in classical music, you should really consider listening to vinyls, and if you have access to a good record player, just go to a record store and support your local stores, and also, you know, purchase some vinyls and put them on your record player and listen to some good quality music. If you can find a record store around, I mean, there's nothing wrong with streaming your music, but make sure when you stream your music, don't be distracted by your smartphone. Don't go on Instagram, don't go on Amazon, you know, browsing away. Just stream your music, set this aside, sit back and enjoy. Again, thank you very much for being with me. I wish you guys a wonderful evening, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Have a pleasant evening. Bye.